What's going on, guys? My name is Austin Kuentz. I ride for Fuzion Pro scooters. Today we are going to compare the Z375 against the Lucky Covenant. So we'll start with the Fuzion. So up top we have the Fuzion hex grips. They are 6 inches wide, extra thick for nice cushioned landings. On the Lucky we have 6-inch wide grips as well. It's a different tread pattern, so I mean it really boils down to whatever you think feels better in your hands. The bars for the Fuzions, they are 22 inches wide by 25 inches tall. They are aluminum. It is their Fuzion Fathom bar. The Lucky comes with oversized steel, so it's going to be a lot heavier than the Fuzion, and it runs a different compression. These ones are 23 inches wide by 25 inches tall, so you get an inch more width on these ones versus the Fuzions, but the Fuzions are going to be a lot lighter. Moving down to the clamps, they both do come with a double clamp made out of aluminum. Both run 5mm bolts, so it really just boils down to style and color that those come in. The headsets are both integrated sealed headset grip bearings. On the forks, so this is where they get a little bit different. So the Lucky runs an HIC compression system, which is hidden internal compression, which fits oversized steel bars, or you can do SCS if you wanted to. The Fuzion runs an IHC compression, so internal hidden compression, which is made for aluminum bars or standard steel bars. So this fork itself is going to be a lot lighter, running a lighter bar as well, whereas this is like the beefier way to kind of throw a scooter together. So you do the oversized steel, or you can throw an SCS on this thing. In the Lucky fork, we have a 110mm wheel. It is their Lucky toaster wheel. It just comes with standard on their Lucky Covenants. On the Fuzion, we have their 120mm Ace wheel. So you do get 10mm bigger wheels on this scooter than the Lucky. And it sits nice and flush in their aluminum fork as well, which is the Saber fork. It fits 120mm wheels. This one fits 120mm wheels in the Lucky fork, but you would need their 120mm brake. So if you wanted to switch to upgrade to a bigger wheel on the Lucky, you'd have to get the bigger brake for it. So you kind of takes an extra step to get to the bigger wheels. And then we're gonna go to the decks. So on the decks, they are both 83 degrees for the head tube angle. The Fuzion is 20.5 long by 4.75 inches wide. The Lucky is 20.5 inches long by 4.5 inches wide. So you get a 1/4 inch more width on the Fuzion, and then you get the 3D forged head tube on this Fuzion versus just the standard tube welded head tube on the Lucky. And then we're gonna move to the back. The brakes that they come with, the Fuzion comes with the new 120mm nylon brake. It has the steel insert to rub up against the wheel so you're not burning through the plastic. The Lucky just comes with their standard steel brake. They both have 2 bolts that hold them together. Lucky's is through the top, Fuzions are through the bottom, so you don't have to mess up your grip tape to tighten your bolts or anything like that if your brake does come loose. And then in the back you still have the 120mm wheel for the Fuzion, 110mm for the front, or for the Lucky. On the bottom you have their different rail systems for grinding. So they are pretty similar. Lucky's is very boxy, very defined. Fuzion's kind of has a taper to it, so everything in the middle, your graphic is going to be pretty protected, and then on the rails is where it's going to get all grinded up and everything like that. You can throw pegs on both of these scooters. Both of them come ready to go, super dialed. Alright, you guys, I'll give you guys a dial test for both of these scooters. The Lucky, the Covenants start at $270 retail. They have special limited edition colors to bring them to $299. And so here's the dial test on this one. And then as far as the Fuzions go, they have 3 different models of the Z375. They start at $250 and they can go to $280 depending on what colorway you get. But here is a dial test on this one. Sounds pretty good to me. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is kind of what they come with and how they compete against each other as far as the Z375 goes and the Covenant. If I were to put my money on anything, I would go with the Fuzion just because you get the bigger, better stuff for a less amount of money. If you were to get, let's just say, the flat black style that this thing comes in at $250, you get the bigger wheels, the aluminum bars, just stuff like that. It comes ready for swaps and stuff a lot easier than the Lucky does, so I would put my money with the Fuzion. Let us know what you guys would end up buying down in the comments below, and what other scooters you want us to compare in the future. The Fuzions would probably go head to head with anything right now. They are really good. So just let us know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.